Hello everyone and welcome to the final episode of B-17 Queen of the Skies. This is episode 25, mission 25. Yes, you heard that right. We have played a continuous career and we have played a whole career of 25 missions. Completely crazy. I never thought it. I would never believe it if I didn't have it recorded. Let's go over our mission here. We are still in our original B-17 play named Heaven's Way. I have a roster of like 20 names, but I never got to use any of them. My second one was going to be named Dirty Deeds, if anyone wonders. We currently don't know our city and target type or for the day, and of course not the bomb run success. This is the Heaven's Way 25th mission. First bombardier, Lieutenant Johnny P, was seriously wounded and sent home. He killed a total of 1 enemy fighters, 109. Replacement bombardier is J. Iris Harkin, and by the way, Johnny survived for 11 missions. J. Iris Harkin has been with us now. This is mission 14, so he has the bombardier ace status. He's also killed a total of 7 fighters, so he's an ace gunner with the nose gun. Navigator Rick Tor, that is still our original crew member from the start. He has killed a total of 6 enemy fighters, so he's also an ace gunner. Our pilot, that is yours truly, Daniel Niemi, captain. This is his 25th mission. He's been lightly wounded twice, but he's still with us. Co-pilot, unfortunately, Rodrigo Buffett, was seriously wounded and sent home after 7 missions. Philip Merritt also served 7 missions before he was seriously wounded and sent home. William Bridge served 6 missions before he was killed in action. And Lieutenant Dennis Sisson is now with us. This is his 5th mission, so he does not have any positive modifier. The captain does, of course. After mission 10, you have a positive modifier on some landing tables. Our original engineer, Master Sergeant Ronald Lee Ermy, served for a total of 8 missions and was killed. He was wounded and sent home. He got 2 kills. Brett Grimmond served for a total of 5 missions. He was also seriously wounded and sent home. Actually was killed in action, and he got a total of 10 enemy fighters. And then we have Phil Rudd, who's currently serving, and he has killed a total of 2 enemy fighters, and he has served a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 missions. This is his 10th mission. We still have our original radio operator, Sergeant Tom Martin, so this is going to be his 25th mission. He's never gotten a single kill. Ball turret gunner, Sergeant Angus Young. He's still with us. This is his 25th mission. He has killed a total of 8 enemy fighters. Our port waist gunner, Malcolm Young, was seriously wounded. Actually was killed in action on, let's see, this is going to be mission 20. So we got a replacement, Russell Oxley. He has been lightly wounded once, but is still with us. This is his 5th mission, no kills. Starboard waist gunner Cliff Williams has been lightly wounded 4 times, but he's still with us, but does not got any kills. So maybe that's some positive karma keeping him alive. Tail gunner Bon Scott is an ace gunner with his 5 kills. This is our original tail gunner. This is his 25th mission. On top of that, we have a rabbit's foot, so if disaster should strike, we have a chance to change the outcome of that. Okay, we are going to go ahead and roll for our very last mission, and I almost don't want to do it. If we get a really bad mission now, like Kiel, La Rochelle, Hamm, Bremen, Vegesack, it's going to be problematic to say the least. If we get 11, it's going to be pretty much a guaranteed win. Let's hope that we get a milk run now, because, we have a camera crew with us, but you know how it went with other guys in that movie. They had to go to Wilhelmshaven in Zone 7. So it would be kind of fitting, actually, going to be, to be sent there. We'll see what happens, guys. We roll one last time on G3 missions. Roll 31. 31 is Romilly SS aircraft, and I think that is Zone 5. Yes, that is Zone 5. We have to accept that. We can't We can't complain. Romilly-Sur-Seine aircraft factory. Let's see here. I'm not gonna edit this away because this is the last time I do it. So you have to watch Sur-Seine aircraft factory. Okay, we put away this one and grab it later, of course, to fill in our successful bombing run. Bomber name, I usually refill this before you guys come, but now I want you to see Heaven's Way. We have had B-17 for 25 missions. Take the time, please, take the time to comment. Let me know what you think about that. Isn't that pretty goddamn crazy? Sorry for using the Lord's name in vain. Romilly-Sur-Seine aircraft. I assume is an aircraft factory, not an aircraft. Okay, most important now, B-17 position, squadron position. For the position, we don't want to roll at 2 or 12, and we don't. And for the squadron position now, I would really love a roll of 3 or 4. I would really prefer that. A roll of 1 or 2 is okay. If I get 5 or 6, I'm just gonna scream. Every damn time. I don't know why. I don't know why I get that so often. But I do. We have to consult our flight log gazetteer, Romilly. We have now a -2, which becomes a -1, and then 0, 0, 0, which becomes a +1, +1, +1. Okay, let's take it nice and slow, people. We can do this. We have a total of, if we also count this zone, we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 zones to go. We can do it, guys. We can do it. Come on. You have to hold your thumbs, as we say in Sweden. Hold tummarna. Meaning you hold your thumbs for luck. We enter zone 1. And it's all good. That is 1 out of 10 zones. We have 9 zones remaining. We enter zone 2 and roll for fighter cover. Fighter cover is good. Roll for enemy fighters with a -1 modifier. And roll 4 turns into 3. That's going to be 1 enemy fighter wave. And it is going to be 53. That is 3 1-0-10s. Okay, so the 1-0-10s are coming from 6 low, 12 low, and 10-30 level. We roll for our fighter cover, and we roll a 4. That is going to bring 2 of them away. We go with this, guys. And the remaining guy at 12 o'clock low, we can use the ball turret and nose gun. Both of them are aces. Roll for pilot status, which is average. We note the ammo spender here. And we roll. To hit with the nose gun, we need a 5 or 6 because he is an ace. Miss. Ball turret 5 or 6 as well. Miss. This guy now needs a 5 or 6 to hit. He rolls a 5, so we have a hit. Very unfortunate. 12 o'clock low. Roll for number of hits, and we roll 7. 7 is going to be 1 hit, but it turns into 2 hits because you add 1 hit with 110. And 12 o'clock low on a roll of 8 is the wing. It is going to be the starboard wing. Second hit. 8. Yes, that is the wing. And then we roll 7. That is the bomb bay. Christ almighty. And again, sorry for using the Lord's name in vain. It happens sometimes. I don't like doing that. It just goes automatically sometimes. We roll for the wing damage first, then we roll 10, which is the fuel tank. Fuel tank 10. 1 to 3 outboard tank, 4 to 6 inboard tank. 4, that's the inboard tank. Inboard fuel tank. I'm so nervous I'm shaking. Fuel tank, okay. We can have a fire, we can have leakage or self-seal. We roll on a D6, 1 to 2 fire, 3 to 4 leakage, 5 to 6 self-seal. We have a fire. Okay, that's not good. That's not good at all. Fire means roll on table, 1 to 5, fire continues, bail out. 6, explosion, bail out, G7. Okay, so the question now is what I should do. If I roll for fire, see here, fire continues, bail out, table G6, and we're currently over water. 1 to 5. Okay, so 1 to 4. The crew members die. On a 5 to 6, they are rescued. So that's not a very good choice. Another one, of course, if we roll a 6, that's bailout from an uncontrolled plane. So can I use a rabbit's foot for this? I will consult the rules, and you're going to have to sit there. I'm not going to edit this out because I want you to suffer with me. 7, rabbit's foot. C. Any roll which you don't like, which occurs after you obtain a rabbit's foot, may be re-rolled. More than one rabbit's foot may be accumulated during a mission. Okay, so that doesn't mean I can remove it. I can only re-roll it. And if I re-roll it, let's see here. And that's the fire which just occurred. Where's the bloody fire? See here. Fuel tank 1 to 2 fire, which is F. Okay, so I can re-roll that one. It can become a leakage or a self-seal. On G, it's a leakage. I wonder if we can abort mission if we have a leakage. And it's going to count as one of those 25 missions. Because otherwise, I don't know if I want to abort. Aborting the mission is allowed if... Nope. If bomb doors, intercom, or northern bomb site is inoperable, compartment heat suit inoperable, bombardier is seriously wounded, if the navigator is seriously wounded, if both the pilot out of formation. Okay, so I guess I could drop out of formation. I want to remember that you can also drop out of formation to put out a fire, but that is just an engine fire. So if I get leakage 5 to 6, that means B-17 may travel the following number of zones, then bail out or crash land. 1 to 2, 4 zones, 3 to 4, 5 zones. Okay, I'm gonna use my rabbit's foot for that. So we use the rabbit's foot. Cross that out. Mission 25, zone 2. I'm already getting screwed. We re-roll for that fuel tank. On a 1 to 2 is a fire. On 3 to 4 is leakage. 5 to 6 it self-seals. It self-seals. We're saved. We're saved. Oh, I'm sweating like a pig. I'm sweating like a... Don't know if you can see it, but my palms are totally wet. That takes care of that, but we still have to take a hit to the bomb bay. And roll 8, which is superficial damage. Oh. This game is not good for your health. This guy will pass by the tail guns, which will fire. Let's mark the ammo. Oh, I can't breathe. I need a 5 or 6. I roll 4. Let's roll for his new bloody position. He rolls 6, which is 1030 level. 1030 level, I can fire. Port cheek gun, I think that is the only one. Yeah, that's the only one. Let's mark it. And I want to remember that we actually rolled, so he will actually not go here because we have good fighter cover, and we rolled enough to drive away 2 in the initial phase, so that drives away 1. So we shall mark off that nose. Nope, the port cheek ammo used. Oh my god, I'm gonna have a heart attack. That deals with 53. We survive zone 2. That means we have 8 zones remaining. We go, okay, we're actually going down here. We enter zone 3 and we roll for fighter cover, poor, crap. We roll for enemy fighters with a +1, I mean. That turns into a 4. That is going to be 1 fighter wave. 61. That is a 109 doing a vertical dive. And only the top turret and radio rooms may fire. But he cannot be driven off by fighter cover. 61. I think that's a 109 doing a vertical dive. We have to be okay with that. We fire with the top turret and radio room. Maybe the radio room guy can get his first kill now. We hit on a roll of 6, but before we roll, we will mark off the ammo. We roll for pilot status. He's an average pilot. Top turret needs a roll of 6. Miss. Radio room, come on, dude, you can do it. Nope, you can't. On a vertical climb, he will hit on a 5 or a 6. He rolls a 1, thank you. That means he misses. And what was that, 21, I think? Yeah, 21. Scratch that, and that means we have survived another zone. We enter zone 4. We have 7 zones remaining. This is the last zone with fighter cover. Let's hope for good fighter cover. Yes, that feels good. That feels really good. Roll for enemy fighters with a +1. We roll a 1, turns into a 2. No enemy fighters. We have survived another zone. We enter the designated zone now. We have 6 zones remaining to survive in. I don't have the rabbit's foot any longer. I can't fill my lungs with oxygen. I'm getting super stressed. We roll for the weather. On a roll of 10, we have good weather. I would have liked bad or poor to avoid enemy fighters. We roll with a +1 now for enemy fighters. We roll a 1, turns into a 2. That is 1 wave. 62. That is going to be a 109 at 3 o'clock low and a 110 at 1:30 low. Okay, so let's see what we can do about these guys at 3 o'clock low. See here, 3 o'clock low, we can use the ball turret and starboard waist gun. And at 1:30 low, we can use the ball turret and starboard cheek. We use the starboard cheek gun, and we will use spray fire with these guys. Let's see here, 3 o'clock low. Yeah, we'll use spray fire. Note here, starboard cheek. Ball turret, 3 boxes. Port starboard waist, 3 boxes. We're all for pilot status. First one is an average pilot. Second guy is an average pilot. Starboard cheek gunner needs a roll of 5 or 6. Since he's an ace, he rolls 4. We're all for spray fire here against the 109. First we roll 2, and that is fighter breaks off without firing. For the ball turret we roll 3, which is fighter attacks normally. We get rid of this guy. We roll for this guy, he needs a 5 or 6 to hit. He rolls a 3, that is a miss. And that means we deal with, I can't even remember, I've forgotten to write, was it 62 perhaps? Yeah, 62. That was wave 62 we have, and that's the wrong one, 62 here it should be. And that means we now go for the flak, and the flak can be hell. I don't want to do it. I don't want to roll for flak. Do I have to? Do I have to roll for flak? And the answer is unfortunately yes, I have to. Roll 4. 4 is medium flak. We do not want to roll a 2, 3, 7 or 12. I'm going to re-roll that one. 5. First is a hit. 7 is a hit. Third and final roll is also a hit. We have, for the very first time in our campaign, 2 flak hits. Let's roll to see how much they hit for. First is a 9, that is 3 hits. Second hit is a 5, that is 3 more hits. So we have a total of 6 hits. Man, I'm feeling nauseous. Radio room for the first hit. Radio room for the second hit. 6 is the port wing. I'm seriously feeling nauseous, guys. 5, that's the tail. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 2 more. 3, that's the port wing. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Last hit. 12. Pilot compartment. I knew it. I knew it was going to be a pilot compartment. Whew. Let's do this, guy. I got trust in my guys. I got trust in. So let's go ahead and roll for the radio room first. And roll 8. 8 in the radio room is superficial damage. And we have 1 more in the radio room. And roll 7 this time, and 7 is superficial damage. We have the port wing. 11 is wing root. Port wing. Wing root damage 1. I can barely write because I'm so nervous. We can take, I think, 5 hits or something to the wing root, so I'm not worried about that right now. Then we have the tail section, and we roll 7, which is the rudder. Rudder takes 1 hit. It can take 3, I think. Rudder damage 1. And we have the port wing, and we roll 5 on the port wing. That is the aileron. And on 1 to 3, it's inoperable. 4 to 6, no effect. Let's see here. Aileron inoperable. And on inoperable aileron on B, if both port and starboard wing flaps or ailerons are inoperable, -1 for landing. And that's the port wing aileron. And then finally we have pilot compartment. I don't want to do it. I do not want to do it. 10 oxygen supply. On a 6 now, we have a bloody fire. Let's just roll for it. Oxygen supply 2 pilot. So pilot oxygen damage 1. He can take a total of, or all of the crew members can take 1 hit to the oxygen. On the second hit, oxygen goes out. So thank God we still have oxygen. We are going to roll out for the bomb. We have a -1 because we got hit by flak. And then we have a +1 because we have veteran bombardier, so no modifier in the end. 3, 4, or 5, or 6, we have hit the target. We roll 5, we are on target. Epic. Epic, man! I'm gonna wake up my neighbors. We roll 12. 12 is 88% hit plus 2d6. On the last bloody mission. On the last bloody mission. We roll these 2 now, and if we roll 2 6s again, it's gonna be 100% of the bloody bombs. But it doesn't matter. 88%. It's crazy. Okay, I'm going to try to call it now. Let's see here. Okay, that's not a good roll. But 88 plus 2d, that is 91. 91% of our bombs hit the target. And what a way to end our campaign. Oh, But the day is not over yet. We turn around now. We have faced the fighters, we have faced the flag, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more zones to go. 4 more zones with fighters. We have to roll one last time now for enemy fighters with a +1. And roll a 1, so that's just 1 enemy fighter wave, and it's gonna be no attackers. 46, no attackers. Bloody hell. 46. Oh man, I really just want to end this campaign. We enter zone 4, we enter the safety of fighter cover. Fighter cover is crap. We roll for enemy fighters now with a +1 to our roll. Roll a 1 turns into a 2. No enemy fighters. We only have 2 more zones now. 2 more zones with enemy fighters. We roll for fighter cover. We have good fighter cover in zone 3. Okay, this is the first time now I'm pretty sure we're gonna live. We're gonna. Okay, I'm gonna super jittery. I am pretty sure we're gonna stay alive. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be able to do this. Let's roll in zone 3 now for enemy fighters with a +1. What? I can't believe it. Last zone, guys. We roll now for fighter cover, and we have fair fighter cover. We roll for enemy fighters with a -1, and we roll a 2, which becomes a 2 with our -1, and that means no bloody enemy fighters. We have won the bloody campaign of B-17, Queen of the Bloody Skies. Guys, I am sweating like a pig. My face is completely wet. My hands are completely wet. We enter zone 1. We roll for weather now. We have good weather over England. We land safely because we have no negative modifiers. We roll 9. That is G1. Do you want me to show it to you so you will believe me? G1 is, or is actually G9. Here we roll 9. 2 to 12. Crew and B-17 safe. Okay. I'm gonna tell you one thing now. So, even if I die tomorrow, I will be ready for that, because I have just completed something that for some people I will just have rolled on a table, but for me I've completed something extremely legendary. I have completed a campaign of B-17 Queen of the Skies on camera. This is my, I played, like I said, 3 campaigns before, which ended very abruptly and fast in Mission 1, Mission 2, and Mission 6. We have played 25 bloody missions. 25. We end by bombing 91% of the target, and yes, indeed, that is a bloody victory. That's how we end the campaign, and we survive the campaign with our original B-17, with our original navigator, original pilot, original radio operator, original ball turret gunner, original port waist gunner, original starboard waist gunner, original tail gunner. And we do so also with using the optional rules of pilot status, which makes the game harder, at least in my opinion, because those aces are terrible, and the green pilots aren't really... It doesn't, weigh up to the fact of those bloody ace pilots. Can you imagine what would have happened if we didn't have the rabbit foot for that fuel tank which was on fire? That's pretty crazy. They were on fire. And let's see here what would have happened. Engine fire roll. Fire is 3 to 4. Yeah, we already had the fire, and then you have to roll to see if it's on a 1 to 5. You roll on normal bailout, but on a 6 it explodes, and you have to do a uncontrolled bailout. So the uncontrolled bailout, you only survive on a roll of 6. On a bailout over water, you only survive on a roll of 5 to 6. I don't know, guys, but I'm pretty sure if we would not have had that lucky rabbit's foot, I'm pretty sure everyone would have died. I'm not gonna roll for it because I think that is just bad Muju, bad magic. We have won. We're gonna be very happy. Let's not speculate too much about what could have happened and so on. Guys, let's go ahead and look at the placement board here. You haven't seen that very often, so but it's pretty cool because here we have our Bombardier, who is J. Irish Harkin, he's an ace. Navigator Rictor, he's an ace. Ball Gunner and Angus Young, he's also an ace. Some bloody dog hairs on here. And our Tail Gunner, Bon Scott, is also an ace. On top of that, our pilot is an ace. You know, after mission 10, he gets a positive roll on some of the landing tables. And the Bombardier is also an ace, of course, with a higher chance of hitting the target. Seriously, guys, I don't know. I'm gonna sleep good after this, but I don't know if I'm gonna actually fall asleep. That's it, guys. 91%. And we had a bloody squadron position low. And some of these missions, yeah, look, we also got more damage here. I mean, we got inboard fuel tank, port wing root, rudder, aileron, and oxygen hit to the pilot. Guys, please take the time to comment if you have watched all of this campaign. Don't you agree that this is completely crazy? Isn't this completely crazy? I wonder how many, for you guys who have played this more years than I have, because I played this game 4 times totally. How many times have you survived like this with your original plane and with, let's see here, how many? 6 of your original crew members. How many times have you done that 25 missions? We have a total of 15 victories also and 10 draws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 draws, 15 victories. Wow. I think I'm gonna have a beer. I'm gonna have a beer and I'm gonna dedicate this campaign to all of the real guys, young boys who went into these planes, into these death traps called flying fortresses, flying over Europe to liberate Europe. And that's the beauty of wargaming, I think, because it really, I mean, what I feel in this mission is not one out of the 1 million of what a person would feel from from flying a real mission, but it gives you some kind of idea. And of course, the war games itself, I didn't know anything about B-17s or not much at all before playing this game, and now I watched every movie, documentary, even read a book. I know so much more, and gives you an understanding of what some people have sacrificed for us to live in freedom, to live with liberty. And yeah, helps you not take that for granted. Guys, thank you. Thank you a lot. Not only thank you for watching this episode, thank you for following me in this whole campaign over these last couple of months. Special thank you to everyone who takes the time to comment. That really means a lot. Like I've said before, I can have 1,000 views. It doesn't mean anything. 1,000 views, no comments. It doesn't make me any good. Comments is what, makes me understand people really look at these videos and, makes me motivated to make more. So please, if you have the time, take the time to comment. I'd also like to hear what is your record. And again, don't you think this is nuts? We have survived in B-17 Queen of the Skies. Rip Johnny P. J. Irish Harkin goes with the crew back to America. Rick Tor goes to America. Daniel Niemi goes to America. Rip Rodrigo Buffett and Philip Merritt and William Bridge. Dennis Sisson goes with the crew to America. And actually not Rip, because most of these guys were seriously wounded. Only William Bridge was killed. But they were sent home with horrible wounds. Ronald Lee Ermy was sent home, as well as Brett Grimond was killed in action. Phil Rudd goes back to America, as well as Tom Martin and Angus Young. Malcolm Young got killed in action, rest in peace. Russell Oxley returns to America with us. Cliff Williams and Bon Scott also returns to America. We are gonna fly the heavens way. We are gonna collect a lot of war bonds and try to keep morale up for the other troops because we're gonna end this war. Guys, that is it. That is the end of B-17 Queen of the Skies. I hope you also join me for my Patton's Best career that is also looking pretty good. And again, pretty crazy how far we have gotten in that campaign, because that is also a game where you usually die really fast. But I'm, I've done pretty many missions. So if you haven't watched it, join me for Patton's Best. I don't think I'm going to survive that one because it's even more deadly in my opinion. But I'm going to damn do my darnest. Thank you for watching. I'm not going to say see you next time because there is not a next time. This is the end. But see you for the next campaign of another game. Maybe target for today, something like that to move on to. Okay, guys. Bye.